Good evening, my friends. It is 4:21 on January 21, 21. We're going to get into a couple of things on this video tonight. And I'm hoping I keep it under 15 minutes. It might be longer, but we're going to go into this. So there's a few things that went on today. First, we'll get to the one thing. Today, I went to the doctor to get my kidney checked. And we did a big thing and came back that my kidneys are both normal. And they say that the one that was swollen is still swollen, but it's not swollen as it was. So whatever it is seeming to go away, hopefully. So that's good news. Now let's get into two different things. One is good old Trump, and the second one is John Titor. There was a guy on here, just a regular random YouTuber. It wasn't like a person who talked about politics very often, just brought something up. And I thought about this a little more and more, and it made a lot of sense. What if this whole thing was a total sham, and that old Trumpo was really just a testo to see how people would react to whatever it was he did? Because Donald Trump is he's a builder, but he's had his own reality show. He's kind of hobnobs with Hollywood. He does a lot of things. He is friends of the Clintons, Epstein, and all these other people. And yet, trying to tell everybody that they're bad, right? So what if this guy was kind of not so much a plant, but he really got elected because they wanted him to. So there wasn't any, oh my God, he really won. They just wanted him to win, and so he did. And it was to really see how the United States would react to this guy being president. Who would be great? Who think it was great? Who would think he was horrible? And so on and so on and so on. And then they got the mass to hate him so much that it got to a point where they'd vote for Homie the Clown to be president because they didn't want this guy to be president. Well, now they know who hates him and who likes him. What side, this and that. Interesting. So out he goes, and here comes Homie the Clown. Now he's doing all this stuff that people were disagreeing with. But all in all, it was to see what you would do while the other guy was president. And now you're going to see what happens here, but you're going to go with it all because that other guy was bad. He was bad. Right? That actually hit me, and I thought, wow, that could be fucking the damn truth. Sorry, I usually don't swear in videos. But that could be the truth. Donald Trump was a plant from all along just to see who would be what. Now, here's another thing. They've kind of come out and proved that QAnon is baloney. That it was really just this kind of a setup by the GOVT to see who would want to follow it, believe it, whatever it was. But in reality, it was like a video game and it wasn't real. Even old Alex Jones is saying that it isn't real. And the funny thing about Alex Jones is he had a friend, Joe Biggs, and Joe Biggs, who I actually followed for a while, is now in jail saying he's leader, organizer of the Proud Boys. Well, I thought the leader of the Proud Boys was a Hispanic guy. That was what I saw last week. But anyway, there's old Joe Biggs going to jail, and he might serve who knows how long. And that guy's a Alex Jones compatriot. Now, I've told you my little feelings on Alex Jones and what I believe with him. Do I think he's a legit person? Well, is Alex Jones? No. Do I think he's Bill Hicks? I don't know if he's Bill Hicks. He resembles Bill Hicks. There's been parts of times when Bill Hicks has come out and acted like Alex Jones. Could he have had a little bit of surgery to not look like him? Maybe. There's a little clip of Hicks going off on a political rant. Sounds like Alex Jones. When you look at their ages, Alex Jones doesn't look like a guy who'd be 40 years old. He looks more like he's in his 50s. Okay? The other thing is that Bill Hicks died of pancreatic cancer at an age that's kind of young. Most people, I'm not saying no one dies of it then, but most people don't die of it that young. And cigarettes are part of it, yes, and he smoked. But when that guy came out and said that, just a regular YouTuber, I'm not going to name him. He's just some regular guy I follow. And he basically said that it's all a show and you can just sit there and watch it. I realized all your comments don't mean anything on Facebook. When you say, oh, I hate this guy, or, oh, what about that, or what's this? Well, no, and all it is showing these people who you really side with and who you don't. Now, old you-know-who came out today and talked about FEMA camps in every state, and there are, but he wants them all there and active. This is hearkening back to the Dwarf Star and the things that are happening with that. And as, what's his name said, Bob Fletcher, it would start out with the pandemic, then it would be kind of martial law, which is getting closer to, and then they would start putting people in camps. They're talking FEMA camps, right? So now, we're done with that little part. Donald Trump could be a total plant bullshit just to see what you would do once he was in, and now that he's out, you're kissing the carpet. You don't care if it's Steve-O from Jackass who's president. You're happy now because it isn't Orange Man bad. So here's the other thing. Just came off the Facebook today. The Hong Kong Olympics are canceled. It's another John Titor. So far, everything that John Titor talked about has happened. May not have happened in the time frame that he said it would be, but it happened anyway down the line. One of the things was when he came here, he said he saw a one World Trade Center. One. There is only one now. 2, he said there'd be this civil war that would start because of politics and whatever. And that's beginning. Kind of funny, Antifa just went on a big roll and they're blaming it on Trump. Oh, it's guys dressed like them. See what I'm saying? So here's the other thing. He also talked about Olympics getting canceled. And here it is. The Olympics being canceled. You can go on there and read all that in johntitor.com, Titor. Remember what I told you about John Titor. Through all my research of John Titor, it turned out that his last name is Titus. His father, grandfather, Jonathan Titus, who worked for IBM at the time, helped create a computer. It was not the first ever computer they made, but it was one of them. And then after that, they went on and they made this other one, which was like the 5100 or something like that. It was a tape drive for the hard drive, not a real hard drive. And they came back for that. His timeline for the meteor is 2036, or asteroid. That we don't know. That could be before, it could be after, because everything he said has come in. He said he came from 2036 to divert an asteroid. He didn't say it would come in 2036. He said he came from 2036 because the computers they have were all quantum, and the one they needed was binary, and that's the kind we have right now. But we're jumping into quantum. Sophia, the AI robot, is quantum. When you talk to her, she instantly answers you. She has her own mannerisms. She has her own, her own expressions. She can say things on her own. The only reason why they didn't make her more flesh-like is so we would know it was a robot, not something real. But her voice isn't completely perfected yet, so you can kind of tell. But those two topics, you know who, Orange Man Bad, and John Titor, are my topics of today. I'm going to throw this video on my other channel too. Like I said, I went to the doctor, came back inconclusive with my kidney. They think the swelling is going down, so I guess I just live with it for a while and see what happens. I don't think I have anything that's going to do me in just yet. So that's good. One of my other things is this. If you haven't gotten things to help you, you should do it. Food, water, supplies, whatever. Because we had an earthquake here just a couple weeks ago. Wasn't huge, but we felt it. But ordering things like that offline now might not be good because people are going to see it. Well, what's this guy doing all that for? Because the internet is open. Not to friends and not to family, but anything you post on the internet, same. Everything you do, all your traces, everything you do is done. So with that being said, one of the things I wanted to go into, and I might talk about later, maybe I can do a really quickly little spin on this. I went and I bought myself, with my tax return, I bought a GoTrack scooter. There it is. It has about a 15-mile range, and my work's only about 8 miles away, or less. It's about 5 miles away. So I can get there, charge it, and ride it back. And it goes pretty fast. It seems like it goes faster than the 15 they say. So the other thing that I got was because I realized I'm an older person now and not necessarily wanting to get into a wreck and get hurt. I did go out and get, I have my motorcycle too, but I bought a better motorcycle helmet. Got this off Amazon. It's pretty cool. It's got this flip-up face shield. It's got goggles, which are here, like that. And then on the back, it's got its own little fancy tail light. It flashes too. Pretty cool, huh? $70. I do a motorcycle, and I'm not saying I'll never ride again, but this is more for the scooter, even though I know it probably looks funny, but I'd rather protect myself if I fall than have nothing, so I went out and got that too. Getting a mirror, getting some other stuff. 15 miles an hour is pretty good. At 5 miles, it probably wouldn't take me 30 minutes of 35 minutes to get there. So that's a good little deal that I got with my little stimulus there. But anyway, the rest, this video, I'm not going to do much longer. But I just thought that was funny when he came out and he said, what if this was totally baloney and they just wanted you to see what would happen from this guy being in there for 4 years? Who would like him? Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? And then they could separate. Oh. And then every time you go on Facebook and say something against old Joe, then, well, this guy doesn't go with that. See what I'm saying? But your freedom of speech is gone. But then again, you see what I'm saying? You're being monitored at all times. And then, again, John Titor, more and more coming back into the scene. Things he talks about are happening. They're not happening when he said they would, but they're happening. So, my friends, this is my little Thursday video. I did... Got lucky I had the day off because then I was able to do that doctor's check. It did set me back, even with insurance, $1,000. The whole thing is in $1,000, this whole thing I've done. But I got a physical over it all anyway, so at least I got that done. And I can make payments, so it's all right. Next thing will be eyes. That's going to be cataract surgery. That comes up pretty soon. That's going to be pretty healthy too. But it's got to be done or I won't be able to see. Right now I'm okay, but I'm not fantastic. Well, anyway, my friends, I had a free time to do a video. I'm probably going to throw it on my other channel. And I always tell you guys, I have a different channel, and it really is my primary channel. So I'm saying this on my old channel for when I put it to the new one, that the people on that older channel that this is put on first don't seem to want to migrate to the other channel. Because I would quit doing this channel if they'd all move over there. So you see, with the 35 subscribers I have here, which is only about 3 or 4 more over there that are from here, I'd have like 75 subscribers if they'd all move. Which isn't good. I mean, but I only care to reach a few anyway. Yesterday was my birthday. I ate barbecue chicken and had that and salad and a little bundt cake, and it was pretty good. Well, my friends, and as the doctor said, for 63 years old, riding a scooter and all that, you're acting like you're about 40 years old, he said. He says, you're in fairly good shape for an older guy. I've done Spartan races. I'm not the best, but I've done them. So anyway, my friends, again, I would say question everything. Don't ever take anything for 100% because you never know. They could be lying to you to the skin of their teeth and you don't even know it. Wouldn't it be funny if you-know-who turned out to be this little put out there to see how far you'd go with him. And then later on, you know what I mean? And then this guy's friend Alex Jones, Joe Biggs, gets arrested for some dumb thing with Proud Boys, which is stupid, and all this other stuff. And I just watch it now and see how dumb it is. It's a dog and pony show, my friends. Anyway, peace. I'll be seeing you. You guys all have a really good day. Hang in there because the things are happening and coming through quick.